Every year, people from all over the world gather in a ceremony called Arbaeen. I looked it up. The yearly gathering of millions from all around the world. I've heard about it from my friends. They say it is unlike anything they have ever seen. Arbaeen is said to be the utopia we have all been looking for. I came on this trip to find out how it is possible to build a utopia in a war-torn country without infrastructure and the least amenities, and with over 20 million taking part in Arbaeen. And so the journey begins. An 80-kilometer walk from Najaf to Karbala, at least 3 days worth of walking in the heart of the desert. Looking around me, everyone has packed so lightly. The majority are just carrying small backpacks, and some have nothing. But this is an 80-kilometer route. Where do they sleep, eat, or put their belongings? What a strange journey. Maybe there is an inn somewhere along the way, or perhaps a small hotel. I go along with the crowd of black-clad people. It's as if an unwritten law says that everything has to be dressed in black. A lot of people are carrying out with them colored flags, mostly black with Arabic writings on them that I'm not able to read. Looking around me, I see people from every continent and race. This 80-kilometer long dirt road must be very popular. Age has lost its meaning here. I notice plenty of elderly and disabled people among the crowd as well. And toddlers are just learning to walk here on this route, taking tiny steps. My eyes tell me this road is nothing but dirt. But my heart has been telling me from the beginning that I will get to see things on this road I've never seen before. There are many volunteers of all ages ready to assist us with anything. They provide us with everything we would possibly need along the road. An old man with a wide smile on his face is sitting on the side of the road holding a box of napkins to the crowd of strangers traveling along. Some people pause, take as many as they need, thank him, and go on their merry way. In a little booth called Mokab, set up on the side of the road, there is a table covered with cups of tea for people to drink. Everything is offered free of charge. What is the reason behind this generosity? Unbelievable! Some people are voluntarily massaging the tired shoulders and feet of the travelers. I pause at one of the Mokabs that seem to be an aid station. I ask one of their team members, what is the reason behind all the free supplies and support? Why do you and all the others go out of their way to offer this tremendous amount of help? He smiles and replies, you guys are pilgrims. Serving a pilgrim is our honor and privilege. At that moment, I realized that I, along with everyone else walking this road, are called pilgrims, not travelers. We are pilgrims to a holy place. Hearts are so kind and so big here, as if they could fit in them the love for the population of the entire world. The color of your skin, the language you speak, the country you were born in, and your social status are all insignificant here. Everyone loves each other unconditionally and shows their love through acts of service. Locals open their homes to pilgrims in order to rest and stay overnight. They host without any expectations and spend their energy and wealth on making sure the pilgrims are well taken care of. Everything here is free of charge. Drinking water, beverages, food, a comfortable and safe place to rest, even taking a shower or doing the laundry. The doors of houses are open to everyone. The hosts voluntarily wash your clothes and polish your shoes. You can never experience such a journey or its people's unconditional love elsewhere. It cannot be compared to carnivals, which are all associated with profitability and competition, and where one tries to find the cheapest prices available. You'll never come close to understanding what the Arbaeen pilgrimage is, unless you have taken part in it and walked the road with your own feet. The road is long, and my legs hurt. I'm surprised to see children and the disabled still coming along. And I wonder how come there are no complaints of fatigue, not even from the children. One pilgrim told me he's in no hurry to reach his destination. I asked him why would they make it so difficult on themselves when the distance can be traveled easily by a vehicle. He said, "This road is both the path to the destination and the final destination itself." He said, "I'm traveling on foot to tell Hussein that although I was not there with him on that day, I'm coming to you on foot to tell you I know the pain your children felt when they were taken captive." So, am I going to visit Hussein too? And what has his love done to these people? We are provided with food all throughout the journey. There are eateries everywhere. They beg us to drink and eat from what they have prepared. It's as if there is a secret competition on who gets to serve the pilgrims the most. From a medjool date and a cup of tea, to fast food and local Iraqi food, all 7 continents have joined together to ensure excellent service is provided for the pilgrims. I wish we could spread this culture, this way of giving and serving everywhere to reach Africa, Yemen, and all the needy. There is a strange sense of irony in the tables filled with food for pilgrims along the way. The foods are high quality and seem to come from a source of wealth and generosity. Yet the way their providers are dressed screams poverty and indigence. I've heard that these foods are worth 1 year of their savings. Savings that are not meant to be spent on sightseeing, not intended to improve their living conditions, but only to be spent on hosting the pilgrims during Arbaeen. And then you see how a small virus in developed countries reveals the true character of people who claim to be civilized. They attack stores, fight over food and hygiene supplies, and show no mercy to their fellow citizens. Here, though, it's a different story. Everyone seems to be filled with love. This 80-kilometer road seems to not comply with any rule or law. No one makes a profit or suffers a loss here. everyone is in competition to serve the pilgrims. The love I feel on this road and the sacrifice I see here are both foreign to me. I come from a world where love is forgotten, stuck in a routine that has made my heart stale and turned my brightest days into darkness. But here, I can hear the sound of my heart beating. It seems to have taken on a new life. I only see love. Everyone works out of love. For you and me. There is no separation between you and me. We are one. All that is expected from a child is for them to play and have fun. Then how come there are plenty of children on this road who are serving the pilgrims? I heard these children are called pilgrim servants. You don't see children using the typical tools of entertainment. There are no tablets, video games, or entertainment venues here, yet their laughter ripples through the air and they look lively and playful as ever. What is this love that makes parents bring along their beloved children on this difficult and dangerous journey in one of the most insecure parts of the world? This dirt road has now become the safest and most peaceful place in the world. They have brought their children here to show them things that can only be seen on this road and not the outside world. They want to show their children that a world this peaceful can exist. To show them it is possible to live this way, to surrender to love and live in a state of bliss and joy, unlike what the outside world has shown them so far. Children walk this path to see the true beauties of humanity. Such beauties are ingrained in their hearts, and here all they can see is beauty. Arbaeen is a work of art created by true lovers. Along the way, I became more familiar with Hussein. I was told about Hussein, a great man who lived centuries ago and fought the inequalities of his time. But I have a feeling that Hussein is much greater than I would ever comprehend. A man who shook the world to its core, and whose voice for justice and struggle against inequality and tyranny can still be heard in the 21st century. If it weren't for Hussein, this road would not shine bright with this large crowd in our modern dark world. Hussein lived 1400 years ago. He rose up to protect mankind from tyranny and corruption. I think to myself, how is it that his name and legacy is still remembered and told after 1400 years? His gravity pulls people from all over the world to visit his shrine. Those fueled by Hussein's love keep his legacy alive by serving and helping others in his name in a manner no one has ever seen elsewhere. Hussein fought against the tyrannical government of his time. He chose not to stay silent in the face of what he saw. He stood up along with his family, children, and companions, who all upheld the same values as him: integrity and justice. Hussein reached a desert called Karbala, and Karbala turned into a battlefield. Karbala is where humanity stood alone against the forces of evil. That is Hussein's army of only 72 people against an army of 30,000 ruthless people. I believe history repeats itself. The story of Hussein is the story of our time. Tired and fed up with centuries of injustice and oppression, protesters hit the streets of different parts of the world every day. It's like this air is no longer breathable. Confused by the news I'm exposed to every day, I ask myself, are we becoming awakened? We can no longer remain silent against the pain we feel for our fellow human beings, suffering from poverty and hunger in places such as Africa, war and homelessness in Afghanistan, Yemen, and Iraq, and human trafficking in North America. What can we do about racial inequality, racial profiling, slavery, and the lack of social justice in the world? I think to myself, if Hussein was alive today, would I be one of his enlightened followers, or would I be one of his opponents? But I am so used to the darkness of my world. Now that I walk on this road, my feeling tells me that I think like he thought, believe in what he believed, and have the same ambition that he had. I told the pilgrim, what I've seen in the past few days on this road is unlike anything I've ever seen elsewhere. There is no such a thing as being self-centered here, and everyone is reflecting the best version of themselves. I wish Hussein lived in our time. He replied with a smile, one of Hussein's descendants will come. His name is Mahdi, and we know him as the Savior. Like Hussein, he will stand up for justice and awakening. How promising. I asked him, when will Mahdi come? The entire world is in a state of chaos right now. He said, Mahdi will arrive whenever we are ready enough to stay and fight by his side, and willing to let go of our comfort and make sacrifices for humanity. I wonder how similar we humans are in our needs and hopes. I'm sure Mahdi is the same savior promised by all religions. When he comes, love, friendship, and lasting peace will be drawn from this road to the whole world. Oh, how thirsty the world is for peace. What a bright and promising future. We arrive in Karbala. So this is Karbala. And this is Hussein's shrine. Hussein, whose love knows no borders, gender, or language. In their devotion to Hussein, all men and women are equal. Peace be upon Hussein.